Hey guys, so we're going to find the equation of an inverse function. Remember, in previous videos we talked about this idea that when we had taken an inverse function, we are switching the input with the output. And if we're looking at a graph or looking at an XY chart, typically the input is our X value and our output is our Y value. So we're really going to be doing this same idea in an equation. Instead of thinking of it as switching the input and the output, I'm going to think of it as switching the X and the Y. So first and foremost, I need to switch X and Y. And then number two, I need to solve for Y. And that's going to give me my equation of my inverse function. So let's look at this first example. We have y equals 3x minus 4. Let's switch the x and the y first. So I have x equals 3y minus 4. And so now when I solve for y, just add 4 to both sides. And I get x plus 4 equals 3y, which ultimately results dividing by 3 on both sides to get y equals x plus 4 divided by 3 as my answer. And then over here it's the same process, but I just have this little bit of a wrinkle here, and that's really not going to change much if you're familiar with solving for cubed roots. And so let's go ahead and let's switch our x and y. We have x equals 2y to the third power plus 1. And so when I subtract 1 from both sides, I get x minus 1 equals 2y to the third. And then dividing both sides by 2, I get x minus 1 all divided by 2 is equal to y to the third power. Now if you remember, how we undo to the third power to get y by itself is taking the cubed root of both sides. So when I cancel out cubed root and cubed, that leaves me with y equals the cubed root of x minus 1 over 2. And that is my equation for my inverse function.